The Backrooms. All shall fall to rust in the end. Entity number 51. The Heralds of Rust. Habitat. Majority. Image caption. A witness's sketch of the entities. Description. Entity 51, or the Heralds of Rust as they call themselves, are a group of 4 humanoid entities which have been sighted in various levels of the Backrooms. They are clad in armor loosely resembling those of late Vikings, appearing to be heavily rusted with bits flaking off or chipping away. However, this does not appear to affect the overall integrity of the armor, as it never breaks in heavy combat. Each herald stands at a height of around 5'8". Each Herald of Rust wields their own unique weapon, which also shows signs of rusting and withering, yet maintains integrity. They exhibit, as well, exceptional proficiency in the use of their respective weapon. These 4 heralds are known by the names of Sakan, of the Benign Warhammer, Reverent Fist; Kotal, of the Wild Halberd, Frenzied Second; Toki, of the Indignant Sword, Disdainful Third; and Hakul, of the Brutal Polearm, Indifferent Fourth. Behaviors. The Heralds of Rust, keeping to themselves, rarely talk with Wanderers, though some unique personality traits have emerged on the rare occasion in which they do. Sakan is the most interpersonal of the 4, acting more humble and kind, and may engage in conversation with Wanderers unless the others intervene. Kotal is ill-tempered and sensitive, exhibiting erratic and unpredictable behavior in moments of stress. Toki acts more uncaring and apathetic towards most situations. Hakol is arrogant, with a tendency to gloat over felled foes. The nature of interactions between the Heralds and Wanderers seems to vary between encounters. Some report being saved by them, while others report being attacked. The motives for either are unclear. Beyond helping or harming Wanderers, the Heralds of Rust appear to be devoted to a greater goal. This is evident by most of their actions up to the present, most notably their fixation on certain levels such as level 11, level 51, and level 105. Sightings of the Heralds are most frequently reported in these locations, which seem to serve as bases for them between travels, though the reason behind their interest in them is yet to be determined. Of particular note is the sheer level of aggression and violence that the Heralds of Rust are willing to commit. Although typically silent and stoic in their travels through the Backrooms, their demeanor will shift on a dime when engaging in combat. They become enraged and filled with bloodlust, utilizing brutal and animalistic tactics. The Heralds show no mercy, unyielding until the opponent is dead or fled. They claim that their purpose is to spread the word of the inheritor of Rust. Biology. Underneath their armor, the Heralds possess shriveled, yellowish, peach-colored skin. The scent of rotting flesh emanates from them, and their blood is a dark, muddy brown. Testing of the blood suggests these effects to be the result of severe anemia. Aside from this, the Heralds have enhanced strength and senses. Discovery. The Heralds of Rust first emerged 6 months ago, when Wanderers reported seeing a group of 4 armored entities that they initially mistook to be Entity 101. Upon closer inspection, however, the Wanderers realized that they were completely different beings. When questioned about a potential relation to the Squires, the Heralds became enraged and chased the Wanderers away. Since then, they have been seen in numerous levels. Do's and don'ts. Do. When in any of the aforementioned levels used as a base by the Heralds of Rust, remain vigilant of their presence. A strong indication is the smell of rotting flesh in the air, which, if smelled, it is advised to vacate the premises. If you encounter them, be respectful, kind, and humble in their presence. This will significantly decrease the likelihood of provoking them. Don't. Disrupt them while in combat. While in their bloodlustful state, they are more likely to attack anything that moves. question the will of their master. The Backrooms. All shall fall to rust in the end. I was not always so unsightly, for I was once beautiful like my progenitors before me. I was born of a muse and an angel, of an artist and a creator. I had tremendous potential as all others did. All had a purpose, all were moving in harmony, everything was one in tranquility, and all things were perfect as they should be. But everything I had known changed when a streak of crimson cut through my parents, a warmongering force whom I once called Uncle. He and my father clashed in single combat, a cataclysm that brought forth each other's demise. My dear mother, so stricken with grief, soon followed in her lamentation, and I had never felt more alone in all my existence. The course of my destiny altered forever. The tears I would shed that day were the first and last. In the form of a miraculous curse, my mother, my father, and my uncle arose from the dead as husks, shadows of their former selves. Glory faded to cling to a remnant tale, a corrupted form of life. I could not bear to witness the shells whom I once called mother and father, with the identical familiarity and closeness I felt for them eons ago. But in my uncle, I saw a flash of morbid intention, an opportunity to exact my boiling vindication for what he committed against me, and to bury him in his grave once more, for good. Thus, like my progenitors before me, I too embraced the empowering corruption. It consumed the shallowest to the deepest parts of my being, permeating and weaving roots into my very soul. And I found strength unparalleled, darkness absolute in its essence. No longer was I made of an artist, nor a creator, neither muse nor angel, for I had become the ultimate instrument of catastrophic destruction. In my wake stood naught but ruinous darkness, shadow of shadows, murderer of light. I am the inheritor of rust, a great baron of the Alldark. My word boils worlds in scorching sulfur, and my breath brings forth an eternal burning darkness. Even the very realms themselves shiver to utter my searing true name, Schulzenreich. For centuries, my uncle and I have engaged in a deadly dance, one which may only end alongside one of us. However, it has proceeded to my presence that he, the Red Knight, has sired squires, champions, to spread his warmongering ways throughout the realms, and thus I have chosen champions of my own, my beautiful warriors. Bear witness to my magnificent works, ye of rotting flesh. They were but lost children when I found them, much like I was on the death of my progenitors, but now they are all perfect, molded by burning will to my design. For I, after all, still have the hands of an artist and the mind of a creator as my birthright. My warriors of rust will do their duty how I see fit. They shall roam these realms and remind them, mortals all, of why they fear. At last, the warriors of red shall be slain, and my word will be delivered on to him, Claudius, my ingullible uncle. When all is done, and they are but ashes, I will incur upon them all my smoldering wrath. Look on my works, first of knights, and despair. My heralds of rust, find the warriors of red, annihilate their very souls, destroy their will. Bear your fangs of 1,000 inferno, and manifest true strength. May all fall to rust in the end.